songs and we trick her measures, but we don't enjoy ourselves.
To think that 25 years have elapsed since she was banished. What could she have done to have deserved so terrible a punishment?
Something awful. She married a mortal.
Is it injudicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious! It strikes at the root of the whole fairy system. By our rules, the fairy who marries a mortal dies.
But Iolanthe didn't die.
No. Because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life, on condition that she left her husband and never communicated with him again.
That sentence of penal servitude she is now working out on her head at the bottom of that stream.
Yes, but when I banished her, I gave her all the pleasant places of the earth to dwell in. I'm sure I never intended that she should go and live at the bottom of the stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone.
Think of the damp, and her chest was always delicate.
And the frogs! I never shall enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Then why not summon her and ask her?
Why? Because if I set eyes on her, I should forgive her at once.
Why not forgive her? 25 years. It's a long time.
Oh, because we loved her.
Loved her? What was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself inside a button? Iolanthe, who taught me to swing upon a cobweb? Iolanthe, who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble upon gossamer? Iolanthe.
Oh, she certainly did surprising things.
Oh, give her back to us, great queen, for your sake if not for ours.
Oh, I should be strong, but I am weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Her punishment has been heavier than I intended. I did not mean that she should go and live among the frogs. Well, it shall be as you wish. It shall be as you wish.
Come
my son, Strephon.
Bless my heart. I didn't know you had a son.
He was born soon after I left my husband, by a royal command, but he does not even know of his father's existence.
How old is he?
24.
24? No one to look at you would think you had a son of 24. But that's one of the advantages of being immortal. We never grow old.
Unless we choose to.
And what is he? He's an Arcadian shepherd, and he loves Phyllis, a ward in Chancery.
A mere shepherd. And he, half a fairy.
He's a very down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
Dear me!
I have no reason to suppose that I am more curious than other people, but I confess I should like to see a person who is a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Well, nothing easier, for here he comes.
Good morrow, good mother, good mother, good morrow. By some means or other, may banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, my bosom is swelling, so join in a measure expressive of pleasure. For I'm to be married today, today. Yes, I'm to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today, today. Yes, he's to be married today.
Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage with his beautiful ward Phyllis?
Not he, indeed. To all my tearful prayers he answers me. A shepherd lad is no fit helpmate for a word in Chancery. I stood in court. There I sang him songs of Arcady, with flageolet accompaniment. In vain. At first he seemed amused, so did the bar. But quickly, wearying of my song and pipe, bade me get out. A servile usher then, in crumpled bands and rusty bombazine, led me still singing into Chancery Lane. I'll go no more. I'll marry her today and brave the upshot, be it what it may. But who are these?
Oh, Strephon, rejoice with me. My queen has pardoned me.
Pardon you, mother, this is good news indeed.
And these ladies are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters? Then they are my aunts.
A pleasant piece of news for your bride on her wedding day.
Hush, my bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. I dare not tell her, lest it frighten her. She thinks me mortal and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done me much good.
Much good, my dear aunt. It's the curse of my existence. What's the use of being half a fairy? My body can creep through a keyhole, but what's the good of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible, down to the waist. But that's of no use when my legs remain exposed to view. My brain is a fairy brain, but from the waist downwards, I'm a gibbering idiot. My upper half is immortal, but my lower half grows older every day, and someday or other must die of old age. What's to become of my upper half when I've buried my lower half? I really don't know.
Oh, hello. I see your difficulty, but with a fairy brain, you should seek an intellectual sphere of action. Let me see. I've a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
A fairy member? That would be delightful.
I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, down to the waist. I'm a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals. And on a division, they'd be sure to take me into the wrong lobby. You see, they're 2-1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You should be returned as a liberal conservative, and your legs shall be our peculiar care.
I see Your Majesty does not do things by halves.
No, we are fairies down to the feet.
Very well, attractive stranger. shall be of age in 2 years. Don't you think you could wait 2 years?
2 years? Have you ever looked in the glass?
No, never.
Here, look at that, and tell me if you think it rational to expect me to wait 2 years.
No. You're quite right. It's asking too much. One must be reasonable.
Besides, who knows what will happen in 2 years? Why, you might fall in love with the Lord Chancellor himself by that time.
Yes, he's a clean old gentleman.
As it is, as the House of Lords are sighing at your feet.
Well, the House of Lords are certainly extremely attentive.
Attentive? I shouldn't think they were. Why did 25 Liberal peers come down to shoot over your grass plot last autumn? It couldn't have been the sparrows. Why did 25 Conservative peers come down to fish your pond? Don't tell me it was the goldfish. No, no, delays are dangerous, and if we are to marry, the sooner the better.
I do
The law is the true embodiment of everything that's excellent. It has no kind of fault or flaw, and I, my lord, embody the law. Constitutional guardian, I, a pretty young ward, a chancer, I, all very agreeable girls, and not over the age of 21. Occupation for the once, a chancellor. But though the compliment implied inflates me with legitimate pride, it nevertheless can't be denied that it has its inconvenient side. I'm not so old and not so plain, I'm quite prepared to marry again, but there'd be the deuce to pay in the laws if I fell in love with one of my wards. Which one that tries my temper more, I'm such a simple chancellor. And everyone who'd marry a ward must come to me for my accord, and in my court I sit all day, giving agreeable girls away. One for him, and one for he, and one for you, and one for ye. And one for thou, and one for thee. But never, oh never, a one for me. Exasperating for our eyes as if the chancellor. Which is exasperating for our eyes as if the chancellor.
My lord, to the business of the day.
By all means. Phyllis, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in a body to give her to whichever one of you she may think proper to select. And the noble lord has just gone to a cottage to request her immediate attendance. It would be idle to deny that I myself have the misfortune of being singularly attracted to this young person. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago, I was a stout man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I should unhesitatingly award her to myself. For I can conscientiously say that I know no man who is so well fitted to render her exceptionally happy. Yeah. But such an award would be open to misconstruction. And so, at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire on the part of this house to express its most sincere sympathy for your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of a Lord Chancellor who is in love with the ward of court are not to be envied. What is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marries his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt of his own court? And if he commits himself for contempt of his own court, can he appeal by counsel before himself to move for arrest of his own judgment? My lords, it is truly painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with such thorns as these.
My lord, I have much pleasure in announcing that I have succeeded in inducing the young person to present herself at the bar of this house.
My windows good and good indeed.
pretty young lady's the fairest. Her lips have the rosiest show. Her eyes are the richest and rarest. Her origin's lowly, it's true, but of birth and position I've plenty. I'm grammar and spelling for two, and blood and behavior for 20. Her origin's lowly, it's true. I'm grammar and spelling for two, of birth and position I've plenty, with blood and behavior for 20.
treasure, and must defy our definite command.
'Tis I, young Strephon, find this priceless treasure. Against the world, I claim my darling's hand. A shepherd I, a shepherd he, of Arcadine, betrothed are we, and mean to be espoused today. A shepherd he, of Arcadine, a shepherd he, of Arcadine, betrothed are they, and mean to be espoused today.
Beneath this floor, a stammer though we fall, better we stagger in each hour. Proud of we and lately, let's keep on, dignified and stately, let's keep on, dignified and stately, 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 dignified and stately.
Now then, sir, what excuse have you to offer for having disobeyed an order of the Court of Chancery?
My lord, I know no court of chancery. I go by nature's Act of Parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains and the mountains cry, you love this maiden, take her, we command you. It is written in heaven by the bright barbed dart which leaps forth into lurid light from each rim under cloud. The very rain pours forth her sad and sodden sympathy. When chorus nature bids me take my luck, shall I reply, nay, but a certain chancellor forbids it? Sir, you are England's Lord High Chancellor, but are you Chancellor of birds and trees, King of the winds and Prince of thunderclouds?
No. It's a nice point. Don't know that I ever met it before. Oh, but my difficulty is that at present, there's no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence. You have my word for it. I tell you that she bade me take my luck.
But my good sir, you mustn't tell us what she told you. That's not evidence. Now, an affidavit from a thunderstorm, or a few words on oath from a heavy shower, would meet for the attention they deserve.
And have you the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a case which bubbles over with poetical emotion?
Distinctly, I have always kept my duty strictly before my eyes, and it is to that fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to myself, said I, I'll work on a new and original plan, said I to myself, said I, I'll never assume that a rogue or thief is a gentleman worthy and pleasing to believe, because his attorney has sent me a brief, said I to myself, said I. Ere I go into court, I will read my brief through, said I to myself, undertake work I'm unable to do, said I to myself, said I. My learned profession I'll never disgrace by taking a fee with a grin on my face. Would I have to be there to attend to the case, said I to myself, said I. I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eye, said I to myself, said I. Or hoodwink a judge who was not overwise, said I to myself, said I. Or assume that the witnesses sounded false. This check at Queen's Bench, common pleas on the false, and plan to consider this a matter of course, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, said I. The army, the navy, the church, and the stage, said I to myself, said I. Professional license, if carried too far, your chance at promotion will certainly bar. I fancy the rule might apply to the bar, said I to myself, said I.
Phyllis, to be taken from you, just as I was on the point of making you my own. Oh, it's too much, it's too much.
My son in tears? And on his wedding day?
My wedding day. Oh, mother, weep with me, for the law has interposed between us, and the Lord Chancellor has separated us forever.
Lord Chancellor. Oh, he did but know.
If he did but know what?
No matter. The Lord Chancellor has no power over you. Remember, you are half a fairy. You can defy him. Down to the waist.
Yes, but from the waist downwards, he can commit me to prison for years. Of what avail is it that my body is free, if my legs are working out 7 years penal servitude?
True, but take heart. Our queen has promised you her special protection. I'll go to her and lay a peculiar case before her.
My beloved mother, how can I repay the debt I owe you?